Frances Quaempts-Miller, and she's a longtime activist, and she's going to speak tonight about how we can get everyone involved. Frances?
Hi, everybody. I'm a little bit nervous, but I should remember looking out among this group of people that I'm among friends. That we all support each other. You've heard from the scientist, you've heard from the dentist, now I want you to hear from the average citizen, me. When I first heard about this, when Sam Adams made his announcement, I have to admit that I panicked, I worried, and I got scared. Some of you who may follow my blog, it's fluoridefreepdx.org, may have seen a little bit about my story, and I just want to tell it to you again very quickly. I used to take a concentrated prescription amount of fluoride as prescribed by my dentist, and I took it for 2 years as a means to help some weak enamel issues that I had. And my spouse, my partner, asked me after doing some research, after I became sick with not 1, not 2, but 3 autoimmune diseases and fibromyalgia. My spouse asked me to please stop using fluoride. I didn't believe her. I was raised in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where we fluoridate, and I was actually proud. When I moved here, I used to brag about it. Oh, we used to fluoridate, oh, it's so great. Except I forgot to mention the 8 cavities that I got the whole time I was there. So my spouse asked me, please stop using this prescription fluoride paste. I hadn't realized at the time that actually, because of all my illnesses, I was already using medication. In fact, 30 to 50% of our medication already has fluoride in it, and much more fluoride is being used to create new medicines. So when she asked me, I very reluctantly, you know, if you're married, you know that eventually you kind of have to cave into the spouse. So I did, and I said, okay, I'll stop using this prescription paste, but if my enamel issues do not improve, I'm going back on it. During that time, I did a few things. I changed my diet. If you want to ask me more about that, I will be happy to talk to you afterwards, but I changed my diet. I eliminated some sugars, refined grains, things like that. And when I went to my dentist, get this, the day before Sam Adams made his announcement, after 5 months of not using the prescription fluoride paste, my doctor took a look at my teeth and said they looked great. And I said, well, what about the weak enamel? And she said, they're great. So I am living proof, and I know it's anecdotal evidence, but I am living proof that fluoride does not always work. There are other alternatives. I want to mention to you that I am a passionate advocate. I've been doing this work for 21 years, and I stand here before you today whether or not you agree with fluoridation. In fact, there are people, we have allies who use fluoride toothpaste. Okay, great. We're not saying fluoride in and of itself, don't use it. We are saying we citizens deserve a choice. That in a democratic society in Portland, we have the right to choose what goes not only into our bodies, but on our bodies. We have the right to choose what is going to be grown in our gardens. We have a right to choose what our babies are going to drink. As a person of color, as a person with chronic illness, as a person who has been marginalized my whole life, you know, I stood before city council and I told them I didn't appreciate them using their white guilt to alleviate I didn't appreciate them trying to alleviate their white guilt by putting toxins in our water. And as a person of color, as a woman, I do not want to have to go to people who are already susceptible to kidney disease, thyroid problems, diabetes, and have to say, well, you know, it's for the greater good. Don't you think that the very people that they are trying to say they are trying to help with cavities, don't you think we deserve more than the cheapest, most toxic solution they can find? Don't you think we deserve to invest in a real solution, in real ways of solving these problems? Dental issues are are much deeper than just cosmetic issues. They come from something deep within. And when we see fluorosis on teeth, it is an indicator that something is also happening inside the body. We care about what is happening inside the bodies of our children. We care about what is happening inside the bodies of our most marginalized people in Portland. We care about our rivers. We care about our water. We care about the salmon. We care about the long-term effects of what happens when we put fluoride, not natural fluoride, but industrial byproduct fluoride into the water. We care. We are not here today because we're trying to keep Portland weird. We are here today because we are trying to keep Portland free. We are trying to keep our democratic process in place so that we have a right. Whether you agree with fluoride in your water or not, I don't care. What I care about, and what I think all of you in this room care about, and what I think when you go out to your neighbors and your family and your friends and you talk to people on the street, what I think you will find that they care about is they care about our basic right to choose. Right. Yeah. So if you are like me, and I think you might be, I want to know, because a lot of people have been asking, you know, we have a primary in May of 2014, and we can try to fight it there, but people have been asking us, what about a referendum? What about doing something before this? But here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. We don't know what you guys want. We have, at this point, we haven't had a chance to get an idea of how far you guys are willing to fight, because if we decide to go that route, it's going to be quick, and it's going to be long, and it's going to be hard. And we've got to do a lot in a little amount of time. So if that's what you're interested in, you've got to let us know. You've got to put your voice out there, because we want to uphold, unlike our city council, we want to uphold what the people want. We want to fight for you, and we want all of us to do this together, as is what you do in a democratic process, right? So if you are interested in that, please let us know. Give us a sign. And I would also encourage you, no matter where you stand on this and where you want to go, if you care about democracy, regardless of fluoride, if you care about democracy, talk to people, get to know people. And if people want to fight you, if they say they don't agree, that's fine. Move on to the next person, because you will find that we have far more allies in the end who want freedom and democracy for all Portland citizens, and quite frankly, Tigard, Gresham, and Tualatin as well. Yeah, we're also fighting for them as well, because they didn't get a say in this either. So if you want to fight, we're ready to back you. So just let us know, and let's do this together, because I believe in the end we are going to win. Thank you.
I want to talk about money. Money, money, money. It costs about $4,000 to put in a whole house reverse osmosis system. If you run a restaurant in Portland, you'll probably want to clean up this dirty water that they're going to be sending to you. That is going to cost a lot of money. Same with people that make beer here. It's going to cost you a lot of money to take the fluoride out if they put it in. I want some of that money. It's better to put that money into this campaign than into those filters. I know that these things are going around and you're putting your dollar bills in. Fine. If that's all you can afford, put a dollar bill in. Put 10 in. Put 20. Put 100 in. But I want some people, please, to write out a check for $1,000. $1,000 to get this moving. And if you think that's a lot of money, take some of these young people and compute how many hours and hours and hours they're going to do knocking on doors to get these signatures. They're going to be working I don't know how many hours, but multiplied by any minimum wage to see how much they will be investing in shoe leather into this. Now, you could join them and put your shoe leather into it, but if you don't want to put your shoe leather in, then put the money up. So either work your tail off to get this initiative done, and if you don't want to work your tail off, like these young people here, thank God, I'm so pleased to see so many young people involved, then write the checks, please.
How many people are ready to sign a referendum? How would volunteer and get 20,000, 30,000 signatures in a month? Can we do it?
How many people, is there one person in this audience that will buy this button from me for $100? Is there anybody?